the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Thank you very much for joining me here tonight as I bring you the OP Racing Premier Super Speedway Series right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. My name is K.R. Stolfus, and I am excited to bring you tonight's action live from Daytona. The sun has set, but do not let that fool you. These drivers are still all going to be putting on a heck of a show here tonight. Fireworks aren't only going to be provided by that big bright ball in the sky. Welcome, come on in, sit on down, let's get right into it. Drivers have been practicing for 4 hours. The practice session has been open, been available. And right now, Logan Helton, Travis Elliott, Hunter Reynolds, Jimmy Reynolds, and Josh Milam, your top 5 on the speed chart. Several of our cars have been working in this new package, trying to figure out how to get around the best that they can. And Jimmy Reynolds in the 17, one of those drivers inside the top 5 in this practice session in the 15 machine, or sorry, the 17 machine, looking very stout right now as he works with another driver down into the corner they go. And I do believe that other driver, Rob Connors. Rob Connors a little bit further down the speed chart than anyone else, and finding himself in 19th spot as flash across the start-finish line. We are going to get ready for qualifying here. As we switch over into qualifying, driver's going to have 10 minutes to turn 2 laps. First one out on Speedway, that is the 7 of Josh Milam. Josh coming into tonight, looking for a little bit of help in a solid season. Milam, if I remember correctly, no, he has had 10 starts on the season. I thought he had missed a race, but Josh does have 1 win, finding himself in 9th place in the point standings. So as the 7 gets up to speed, he's not the only one out on the speedway. Last week's race winner, well, that's the 91 of Ernie Williams. Williams picking up 2 wins on the season, gaining some ground in the points. Williams going to come in tonight 10th place in the point standings. So the 91 running high, wide, and handsome, trying to set himself up for a very quick lap when it is time to lay down that fast lap. Rick Seabrand's in the 4, making his way down this Daytona backstretch. Rick putting together another season that you would expect out of a team with Yeti on the hood. 2 wins on the season for him, and the 4 machine showing no signs of slowing down anytime soon. Comes into tonight 7th place in the point standings. We'll take a peek at our points as we get closer to dropping the green flag. Josh Milo moving up to the top of the leaderboard. He is going to shut it down for his qualifying effort. Tyler Miller in the 89 has moved into second. Will Weber in the 9 machine, finding himself right now trying to work out his time down the backstretch. Weber currently third. So he's going to send it off into the corner and staying committed to that yellow line. And we'll watch this 9 machine go across the start finish line and see where he ends up. And Weber going to stay in third. Randall Cobb in the 52. Finding himself right now in 5th place. He's turned all of his laps and going to pull onto pit road here and shut that one down. Hunter Reynolds in the 26. Hunter currently in 13th spot. The 94 machine, Sean McCarrick, making his way down the backstretch. So with 3 minutes and 40 seconds already ticked off here in this qualifying session, we have quite a few drivers in our session here tonight. So far, 18 cars have posted a lap time. Mark Vega in the 18. Gonna move up into 9th place. So Vega with a good lap time so far. Les Levy in the 62, finding himself in 6th. Mark Mann in the 04 right now. Mark is 19th spot, but he is on his fast lap here. He pulls off at turn number 2 down the back stretch, letting it drift up a little bit down the straightaway. Travis Elliott in the 51. Elliott joining me in the booth every Sunday night. Here tonight, he is a superb driver as well as an excellent broadcaster. Elliott having a good season so far, finding himself in 6th place in the point standings. As Elliott gonna come down across the start finish line, the 51 machine goes from 20th on the speed chart up to 15th. The 95 of James Mayer trying to be the 21st driver to post a lap time. And Mayer on his first timed lap. Dave Hunt in the 21, trying to work on his fast lap now, the 53, down on that yellow line. Just over 4 minutes left in this qualifying session. And so with all of that being said, 21 cars posting a time, several others still waiting for the right time to strike. I say we go ahead and start our national anthem. We'll be back with tonight's starting lineup.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and it is time to get ready for tonight's race, and that can only mean one thing. Well, let's go ahead and talk about our race info here for tonight. Daytona International Speedway is going to be our track of choice. I promise you, we will not be changing that between now and the drop of the checkered flag. Tonight, Daytona is gonna give it to you. Trail break, I don't know, man. I don't enjoy nature. And where are my teammates? The tandem draft may make an appearance here tonight. And with that tandem draft, these drivers are going to be getting hot under the collar, and not only under the collar, but also under the hood. Eyes have got to be on the back bumper and on the temperature gauge. These engines are going to let go pretty easily when that tandem draft gets ignored and that big run gets all the attention. All right, so here we go. Race number 11 of 22 coming into tonight. Our point standings look something like this. Hunter Reynolds leading the points at 498. Got a good, healthy lead over Logan Helton, who is at 465. Daniel Holloway sitting in a third place. Mark Mann and then James Mayer rounding out your top five. That is 4 Alliance Motorsports drivers inside the top 5. They are showing that they have the speed here this season. Our points continue on. Like I said, this is race 11 of 22. So let's get into our starting lineup for this one here tonight as the drivers start to roll off the grid. Josh Milam, Logan Helton on the front row for this one. Row number 2, gonna go to the 89 of Tyler Miller and the 4 of Mark Mann. Row 3 will be Will Weber and Dan Harrington. Row number 4 going to be the 26 of Hunter Reynolds and the 53 of Dave Hunt. Row number 5 going to be the 95 of James Mayer and the 62 of Les Levy. The 52 of Randall Cobb and the 4 of Rick Sebrands in row number 6. Row 7 going to be the 13 of Casey Gilchrist on his outside. That's the 18 of Mark Vega. Row 8, David Booth in the 77 and the 21 of Daniel Holloway. Row number 9 going to be the 00 of Rob Connors and the 46 of David Overstreet. Row 10, Travis Elliott in the 51 and Sean McCara in the 71. Row number 11 going to be the 50 of Sean McCarrick, who's actually in the 94 here tonight. On his outside, the 91 of Ernie Williams, last week's race winner. Row number 12 going to the 17 of Jimmy Reynolds. On his outside, well, that's the 27 of Sean Stevens. Row number 14, I can count. Sorry, Jimmy Reynolds, Bob Lacavera, there we go. Alex Green, and then Sean Stevens. And it's Aspen Belvin and Robert Duvendak bringing up the tail of the field as we get ready to go green of flag here for the first time tonight. The 7 and the 63 drag racing into turn number 1. Side by side they go. Everyone trying to quickly get up to speed. "28 drivers, all looking to make it through this first corner." Logan Helton in the 63 out along the wall. Mark Mann in the 04 staying to his back bumper. Tyler Miller trying to get to the back bumper of the 7. Big wiggle from that second and third row. Everyone able to sort it out. Our stages here tonight going to end at the completion of lap 25 for stage 1 and the completion of lap 50 for stage 2 is the 7 machine. Josh Milam leading the first lap here tonight. Down the backstretch we go, side by side we stayed. There was a lot of talk about single file racing. So far we're seeing that outside lane hanging pretty tough, and at 63 falling back just a little bit, but the 89 has lost the back bumper of the 7 of Milam. That is going to allow Logan to work his way forward, and Logan, even though he fell a car length and a half back through 3 and 4, now right back to the front bumper of Josh Milam. We continue to run side by side. Big wiggle from the 7 coming off of turn 2. Got a little shot from the 89, and that's going to cost that inside lane a little bit of ground, and that's enough ground to allow Logan Helton in the 63 to drop down to the inside, take over the lead on that inside lane. Going on board with the 21 of Daniel Holloway. Holloway just laid down the fastest lap of the race at a 46.12. We'll see if that's going to stick as this night rolls on, and Holloway in behind the 18 of Mark Vega. This outside lane starting to lose a little bit of ground, a little bit of that momentum, as Logan Helton had used it to his advantage to pull himself to the front of the field. Holloway taking us for a quick ride around this Daytona Super Speedway. James Mayer in the 95 machine down on the inside lane. Trying to work to the inside of the 82 and the 04. Mark Mann leading that outside lane in the 04's been falling back here pretty steadily. As I mentioned, that outside lane losing some momentum, and Logan Helton continuing to lead here. New fastest lap of the race. Now it's going to the guy who's sitting at the tail end of this field. That's the 27 of Sean Stevens. He just turned a 45.91. So Stevens staying tucked in tight behind the 5 of Bob Lacavera. Both drivers from Buck Wild Racing. Teamwork going to be one of the things that is important here all night long. And right now, Buck Wild Racing, even though they're at the back of the field, they do have 2 cars running nose to tail. Those 2 cars decide to hook up. That could make something happen and maybe pick up their teammates along the way. The 26 machine of Hunter Reynolds tucked in behind the 9 of Will Weber. And now that most of this field has gotten single file, we're working lap 7 of 100, and our fastest lap of the race is normally set by the lap 3 or 4. Here they are setting a fast lap. Everyone almost setting a personal best. And James Mayer having the fastest lap so far. So this new package, maybe these drivers taking it a bit easy for the first few laps, but the yellow flag going to come out. We have a big stack up. David Overstreet involved. Looks like the 46 and the 91 getting together. That's going to collect Robert Duvendak, Sean Stevens. Aspen Belvin in the 82. Gonna check up here and not have too much to worry about. A good, safe checkup for Aspen Belvin. Take one more look at this one, and Stevens making contact with the wall. So the field stacks up behind the pace car for the first time here tonight under caution. This is going to be a good opportunity for our drivers to hit pit lane and make a final dash to the end of stage 1. So the 63 on the pit road. Here comes everyone else following suit. Connor's in the 00 getting crossed up, missing his pit box. That's going to cost him some time, but good news is this is under caution, not under green. And down and away goes the 63. The 84 of Aspen Belvin rolling through his pit box, never coming to a complete stop. So the 84 of Belvin missed his stall entirely. He might going to swing around and pull back onto pit road. So we'll see if the 84s had a change of game plan or if he did miss his stall. That 84 though, tucked in behind the 63 of Logan Helton. With that being said, David Overstreet, Sean Stevens. A little bit on the damage repair before they make their way out onto the Speedway. Mara checking in on YouTube chat. How you doing, Mara? Thank you very much for saying hello. Hope you enjoy the night of racing. Update on the driver of the 04 specifically for Mara. Well, he finds himself in 10th place after this round of pit stops. Has a fast car started up near the front. But with this new package, everyone's still doing a little bit of learning. He got stuck in the outside lane and fell back. Here we are. Going to have a chance to reset the field, and we'll see how this 04 does with a few laps under his belt. Lights are out on that new iRacing pace car. Two by two, they are going to line up, and Logan Helton trying to save as much fuel as he can, rolling down on the bottom. Every little bit makes a difference. .28 cars started this race here tonight. All 28 cars still on the lead lap. Sean Stevens, David Overstreet have both made their pit stops to hammer out the damage, along with the 99 of Duvendak. Only one fast repair available to our drivers here tonight. So with that being said, with the one fast repair, and it being still stage one, everyone electing to just get out the hammers and repair it that way. As the green flag comes back out, Logan Helton side by side with the 26 of Hunter Reynolds for this restart. Into turn one we go. Maxine and Tammy checking in as well. How you all doing here tonight? Thank you very much. It can happen. Can happen. Sometimes you just totally get hypnotized by the great racing out there and forget to say hello. And here we go. Logan Helton in the 63 out in front, having a stellar night so far. Don't believe that 63 has been any lower than third place here in this running. Still early, still a lot of racing to go as we're working lap 12 of 100. Milam in the 7. Staying tucked in behind the 63. Everyone with a fuel-only pit stop at the front of the field. It's not until you get to the 30 of Alex Green before someone took tires. And Green in the 30, deep in the field here. We'll see how these tires are going to work out. If they pose any advantage in this new draft package. Three cars falling back just a little bit here. That is the 99 of Duvendak, the 91 of Ernie Williams, and the 46 of David Overstreet. As long as those three stay hooked up, they all should manage to stay on the lead lap top 5 cars getting single file here and putting a bit of a gap on the 53 of Dave Hunt. Mark Mann in the 04 restarted in 9th. He finds himself already up to 5th, so good restart and a few laps for this 04 machine. Here comes the 53 of Dave Hunt. Daniel Holloway right behind him, and Hunter Reynolds in the 26, who restarted on the outside of the front row. Once again, we're seeing that outside lane kind of fall apart very quickly, and once it falls apart in that outside, it really just drops to the back. And once you start shedding that kind of spots, you start really losing drivers. The more drivers you lose, the more spots you're going to lose. Hunter trying to hang tough out there, but life being a cakewalk for the 63 right now. Logan came into tonight with it's 5 top 5s and 6 top 10s, as Connor's going to make an unplanned entry onto pit road. So Rob Connors getting sideways. Let's see if we can see what happened to the 63. He does catch that inside wall and heavy damage. Take one more look here. He's going to go shooting down to the infield, and that 00 not looking like it is going to drive the best. A lot of damage on that 00. You can tell it is not tracking correctly. It has got pretty much that rear end's pointed in a different direction than the front end, and he's going to try and ride this one out. Crab walking constantly in a drift, and going to be hard for him to stay on the lead lap, but he's going to give it his best. He's about half a lap behind as it stands right now. John McCara, the other one involved in that one, the 71 machine, has lost the lead pack as well. The damage on McCara not as extensive as on the 00. But because he has lost the draft, he is for sure slower. Logan Helton in the 63 just turned the fastest lap of the race. Doing that from the front at a 45.73 seconds. So it's Logan Helton, Josh Milam, Tyler Miller, Casey Gilchrist, and Mark Mann in the 04, with Dave Hunt trying to stay to the back bumper of the 04, but falling back just a little bit here. We start lap 19 of 100. So far, no one has really used their front bumper to push a whole lot. We see some great racing on the restarts where they're trying to push each other and get up to speed. Dave Hunt in the 53, now turning the fastest lap of the race with a 45.68. Use that big draft up to the back bumper of the 04 to get that done. And Milam a little bit of a wiggle coming off of turn number 4. Logan Helton trying to throw a block on the 7, not going to work, and Josh Milam going to move to the inside, take over the top spot. Rob Connors had to hit pit road, repair his damage, and now he is back out on the track. Connors, the first car, 1 lap down. Logan Helton going to tuck in behind the 53 of Dave Hunt. We get ready to bring an end to stage number 1. Final few laps here in this opening segment of tonight's activities. Miller in the 89, tucked in behind the 7 of Milam. Then it's Casey Gilchrist in the 13. Miller and Gilchrist, both rookies. You would think that the rookies would have a harder time with a new package, but the 89 and the 13 look like they are taking to it like a fish on dry land. Doing just an outstanding job so far here in stage number 1. Hunt in the 53 making his way by Mark Mann, and Mark Mann gonna pick up his teammate Logan and Mark from Alliance Motorsports now gonna start working together. And as I say that, Logan decides he didn't like Mark in front of him. I say decides that all in good jest. Somehow Mark Mann did an outstanding job at saving that. That was a bump gone wrong for sure, and those two not able to get hooked up as they would like, and now they're really spread out. The 7 of Milam, the 89 of Miller into 3 and 4. Logan is about 0.8 seconds behind Dave Hunt. We'll see if he's going to be able to close in on him. That is kind of out there. And Logan is falling back on the live timer. Mark Mann falling all the way to the second group of race cars, and they're going to move to the outside and make quick work of Mark Mann. That pack being led by the 21 of Daniel Holloway. So 4 cars up here. Single file line of these 4 cars, and then you get back to Daniel Holloway in the 21, leading Hunter Reynolds in the 26. That is 6th and 7th place. They are quickly closing in on Logan Helton. As Helton has lost touch with the 53 of Dave Hunt, and looks like these 4 cars here at the front are going to be the ones to decide our stage 1 winner. So can Josh Milam hold off Tyler Miller and Casey Gilchrist as the final lap here in stage 1 is going to begin? And what a stage it has been. We already had 1 caution. We saw Rob Connors make an unscheduled entry on the pit road and tag that inside wall. He's been on and off of pit lane to repair that damage. 28 cars taking the green flag, 27 on the lead lap, 28 cars still out there. And here we go, 4 cars to decide our stage 1 winner. Josh Milam has it for the moment, the 89. Tyler Miller trying to get to his back bumper. He's going to make a move to the outside with Casey Gilchrist not going with him, and Miller going to just tuck in and let things be. And the 7 of Milam picks up the stage 1 win. Caution flag coming out, signaling the end of stage 1. Daniel Holloway gonna finish in 5th place. Hunter Reynolds 6th, 7th. David Booth for the stage. 8th, Logan Helton. 9th, Dan Harrington and Will Weber gonna be in 10th for our stage end. Let's get a word in with the driver of the 7 as quickly as possible. Josh Milam, you got your ears on, bud?
I got him, man. What's up?
Not much. Stage 1 win. Made it look easy out there as you battled with Logan Helton for the most part of this opening stage.
I don't know. I don't know if it's easy or not. It's it's different, that's for sure. Yeah, that move on Logan there was the difference maker. It's hard to get around people, but you got to take runs and try to do something with them when you finally get caught up. But I don't know how to judge this package so far.
All right, well, the stage going to the 7 here, regardless whether you judge it good or not. So things looking positive for you to start this race off. And Josh, that 7 machine, kind of looking for a solid a win here, a second win.
A second win would be great. Like I said, as long as I'm up front, I have a very good chance of getting the win. But I'll try to keep it up here as long as I can. Get another win. That'll be big time going into the chase.
All right, man. Well, we're gonna let you go so you can hit pit lane. Any shout outs or thank yous?
Shout out to the guys behind me, the viewers, you guys in the booth, the admins put this thing together. I think that's about it. My FSR family.
All right, that is Josh Milam, winner of stage 1, getting it done out here tonight and heading for pit road. As the field makes its way on the pit lane, everyone going to be making a stop here, top off the tanks and head on into stage number 2. Milam in the 7, electing to take left side tires here. Down and away goes the 7, easy peasy for him. With that being said, guys, we're going to take a quick break. No one go anywhere. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to stage number 2. Josh Milam picked up the win for stage number 1, winning the race off of pit road. He's going to restart on the inside of row number 1. On his outside will be the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. Row number 2 going to be the 9 of Will Weber. Then it's the 13 of Casey Gilchrist. Pace car out of the way, green flag waving. And away we go. 7 and the 26 quickly getting single file. The 9 of Will Weber staying right behind them. Casey in the 13 falling back in the outside lane as he gets a big wiggle from the 53 of Dave Hunt. The outside lane falling even further back and squeezing in there is the 13 of Gilchrist right in front of Alex Green. Big moment there, and Alex had to check up, and now Alex is falling back, and the 53 gonna be able to slide in right behind Alex. Stage number 2 going to end at the completion of lap 50. Aspen Belvin in the 84 machine, finding himself in 6th spot. Right now, that 84, the biggest mover of the race, he's gained 21 positions from where he qualified, and here he is sitting in 6th place, knocking on the top 5. Dan Harrington right behind him in the 82, and Harrington trying to bring the 30 of Alex Green with him, and Green just turning the fastest lap of the race. We're down to a 45.05 here in stage number 2. Casey Gilchrist in the 13 is falling off the race as the 9 and the 21 get together, and Will Weber in the 9 machine has a big moment, able to save it, but all of his momentum is done and gone, and Bob Lacavera in the 5 going to be the first car to tuck in behind the 9, and Will Weber goes from the top 5 all the way down to 14th spot. Josh Milam and Hunter Reynolds look like they're going to get together here as Daniel Holloway in the 21 had to check up for the 9 of Weber. They are closing in very quickly, and now Holloway making a move to the outside. Logan Helton in the 63, and Dan Harrington in the 82 going to make a move to try and take over the top spot. Holloway slicing down in front of the 7. Daniel Holloway leading for his first time here tonight. Go on board with the 30 of Alex Green as he's got a big run. He's going to jump up to the outside of Dan Harrington and try and work with the 63 of Logan Helton. Things starting to get a little bit hairy as they're 3 wide. Alex Green right in the middle, and that settles itself out. The 30 and the 84 now stuck in the outside lane as the 4 of Rick Sebrands squeezes by Green, and Rick finding himself in 7th place now. So Holloway and Milam sitting at 1 and 2. Then it's Hunter Reynolds and Logan Helton 3rd and 4th, and rounding out your top 5, that is the 82 of Dan Harrington. So again, the field getting a single file here. The 53 of Dave Hunt finding himself once again the 6th car in a 6-car train at the front of the field. Dave Hunt quietly stalking these leaders. Holloway, who has gained 15 positions to take over this race lead. still looking for his first win on the season, but came into tonight third place in the point standings as Hunter Reynolds and Josh Milam peel off for their pit stop. So FSR teammates hitting pit lane. Casey Gilchrist making his way back out. Not sure what happened to the 13, but he had a pull behind the wall, and now he finds himself 5 laps down. So as Josh Milam and Hunter Reynolds make their way off of pit lane, this could be an opportunity here to see this tandem draft working, as these two are going to have a whole lot of track to themselves. Here comes the rest of the field. Everyone on the pit road. Logan Helton, Dave Hunt, plethora of drivers. Jimmy Reynolds in the 17 staying out, but everyone around him hit pit road, and now he finds himself without a partner. Sean McCarra, David Overstreet, Robert Dumanek, and Sean Stevens way back there behind him. The 17 now really hurting for some speed, and tough break for Reynolds on that pit stop there. He is your race leader, and going to pick up a bonus point for leading a lap. As Reynolds pulls on to pit road, Sean McCarra, David Overstreet, Robert Duvendeck, and Sean Stevens all able to stay out as they had hit pit road 1 lap later than everyone else. Gilchrist in the 13 right there as well. Rob Connors still off of the lead pace by 1 lap. Connors and Gilchrist, the only 2 drivers not on the lead lap right now. The 71 looks like they're not coming down pit road just yet either, so they're trying to stretch this one as far as they can. Josh Milam and Hunter Reynolds, first 2 cars to come down pit road, use that to their advantage, and they have taken over the top spot. The 63 and the 21 right there on their bumper now. Logan Helton in the 63 going to make a move to the outside. Rick Seabrand's in the 4 trying to get to his teammates to help them out, but Helton just not able to get that momentum around the outside lane. And so now we have a 5-car group. As this cycles through, the 7, the 26, the 63, the 21, and the 4 will take over the top spot. Sean McCarra and David Overstreet don't seem to be making their way to pit road in too much of a hurry. They stay out for another lap. These 4 cars really don't have a whole lot to lose by staying out and stretching this run as far as they can. Their lap times are very similar to the drivers who have pitted. In fact, they're going just a little bit faster. Not as stressful as far as not a whole lot of cars around you, and you can pick your lane, pick how you want to run. And right now the 71 choosing to run out in the front, the 46 staying on his back bumper with Duvendak in the 99. Then multiple lap down, Casey Gilchrist and Sean Stevens in the 27. That is your top 4 with 1 car off the lead lap in between these guys. Battle here for the top 5. Logan Helton trying to work his way past Hunter Reynolds. And Josh Milam, Holloway in the 21 pushing on his back bumper. And you see the 63 with a wiggle. Slowed them down a little bit, and that was just enough to allow the 7 to surge back ahead. And now Holloway in the 21 drops down to the inside. '63 and the 21 gonna make another run at it. Well, these guys have been running side by side. That has allowed the 82 of Dan Harrington to work his way up there. Mark Mann in the 04, Alex Green in the 30. Now this group has joined together and gotten a little bit bigger. And Helton in that 63 still trying everything he can to work his way around the 26 and the 7. Meanwhile, McCara continuing to lead, and this time they're going to hit pit road. Final cars on pit road that will complete our pit stop cycle. So as the 7 comes off of turn number 4, Duvendeck, McCara, Stevens, and Overstreet all down and away, but not going to help them a whole lot as the 7 going to bring the pack around with him. They are easily going to flash by. So Milam now officially taking over the top spot. Hunter Reynolds in the 26 right behind him. Stage 2 going to end at the completion of lap 50, and it's about 6 laps away. Rick Seabrand's in the 4. Now in third is the 63 of Helton, has fallen back just a little bit. Milam, who picked up stage 1, looking to try and find himself 2 for 2 as far as stages. Hunter Reynolds in the 26 came into tonight as your points leader. 1 win on the season for the 26. 6 top 5s, 7 top 10s. And this points lead being helped by his 125 bonus points. Hunter Reynolds really racking up stage wins and bonus points and anything and everything he can, and putting together a very good season. Off of turn number 2, the 7 still leading this pack of drivers. A little bit behind them, another group trying to make its way forward. That's being led by the 62 of Bustin' Nut Les Levy. Will Weber right behind him in the 9 machine. We saw Weber have that tremendous save quite a few laps ago in the 9. Fell all the way to 14th. Well, here he is up to 11th and about ready to join this big group of drivers. We're going to start forming a super pack here. The 21 of Holloway and the 63 of Logan Helton trying to get hooked up together in the outside lane and start challenging some of these other cars for this race lead that is being held down by the 7. Gonna have 2 laps to go this time by here in stage number 2. And you can see these drivers are really struggling with making this package work to their advantage. when everything is going right for the car down on the bottom. Logan Helton in the 63, no slouch behind the wheel. Helton just not able to get any help or get the help that he needs, and that 63 has fallen all the way down to 13th spot here at the end of the stage, and that is someone that you expect to be surging forward, not backwards, when the bonus points are on the line. And here we go, gonna start the final lap. Josh Milam in a perfect position to try and make this 2 for 2 as Holloway's gonna take an unplanned exit to the apron. The 21 back on the racing line, but he's gonna settle for 15th here if he doesn't get swallowed up by Randall Cobb, who's a little bit behind him. And now the 7 and the 26 have put themselves into full forward mode. They have separated from the 4 of Rick Seabrands. The 26 has gotten to the back bumper, and he is going to turn the 7. And Josh Milam hard into the wall. James Mayer going to T-bone him. And Hunter Reynolds in the 26 going to cross the line, and I am not sure how race control is going to score that, as that was coming to the finish of a stage. But I promise you, the 26 as a teammate to the 7 did not want to have that happen. Let's take a look at how that went wrong. 26 and the 7 getting together in the corner. You see it happen ahead of the 95. And Mayer just picked the wrong lane, stayed committed to it, hoping that the 7 would slide down, but the 7 did not. Casey Gilchrist in the 13 having a little bit of a late entry into that party. Let's see what happened to the 13 machine. From high atop the blimp. Gilchrist gonna hip check the 7 of Milam. The yellow flag coming out the field, going down pit road. And I am still waiting a word from race control on how they're going to score this one, but Logan Helton and Alex Green very close off of pit road. Holloway in the 21 sliding out of sorts. He's in the grass. Not sure what happened to the 21 machine. And a word coming down. Rick Seabrands in the 4 is our stage winner. Hunter Reynolds, no points allowed. So let's get our stage 2 winner, Rick Seabrands, up here in the booth and see what he has to say. Rick, you got your ears on?
Yeah, 10-4.
Man, sorry to interrupt your team's strategy there, but that 4 machine picking up the stage win.
Yeah, we certainly did deserve that stage win there, man. I feel real bad for the FSR guys there, but what you just witnessed there is just a part of this package. I think they're, just 2 Hall of Fame caliber drivers like that, just trying to bring it back for a 1-2 finish at the stage, and the air just gets to the car and it gets shaking around a little bit, and cars just break loose, just weird, and there just ain't much you can do about it. But right place, right time, we'll take it. We've kind of struggled this year with the bonus points, but it's not from lack of effort from this Alliance Motorsports Yeti machine. We're doing the best we can with this package. We're all learning out here, and hopefully we're putting on a good show.
Well, Rick, that 4 machine looking very solid. You found yourself there in position, kind of been running mid-pack, having a quiet race. What's it going to take to put this 4 in front with some dominance?
I think it's going to take a good pusher behind you, and I think that's going to be pretty much it. Maybe a little bit of track position late. It just seems like you're even more than the last package we had here, we're just kind of relying a lot on the guy behind you. But the good teams are still going to run up front, and they're going to get it figured out. We just have to get ahead of that learning curve a little bit and figure out how to not get these cars so upset and push good. But hopefully we can get that figured out this race and bring it home.
All right, man. Well, nice job on stage 2. Any shout outs or thank yous that you'd like to give?
Just you guys up in the booth, all the fans at home, all the Alliance Motorsports teammates, and the OP guys for putting these on.
All right, that is Rick Seabrands, your stage 2 winner from Alliance Motorsports, picking up the win. I can tell you, as a driver, you don't always want to have a situation like that handed to you, but you still don't want to take anything away. You put yourself in those positions to begin with, and that 4 was in the right place, right time to pick up the stage win. Logan Helton in the 63, Alex Green in the 30 on the front row for this restart. Then it's the 62 of Les Levy, the 89 of Tyler Miller. As we get ready to go green flag racing here for the final stage. The green flag is out. We are back right at it as Green gets caught napping a little bit. Logan Helton in the 63 laying down a very quick start. And Helton going to use the 62 and help pull himself away. Les Levy in the 62, up 8 positions from where he started this race. It's Tyler Miller, big wiggle in the 89. Aspen Belbin staying off of him. Lets Miller gather it back in, but hold your breath kind of moment there for the 89 machine. Sean McCarrick in the 94, and I did air quotes. You can't see the 94 because he doesn't understand how the 94 is being displayed and not the 50. And well, Sean, a quick little helpful hint is you loaded the wrong car into trading paints. It happens. I get it. We all do that. That was a beautiful paint scheme McCarrick ran last night in the NSRA. No. What? Oh. All right, now I'm really confusing myself. Anyways, the 94 is supposed to be the 50. And he's tucked in behind the 5 of Bob Lacavera. Your stage 2 winner, Rick Seabrands, finding himself in 11th spot behind Sean McCara in the 71. And then my fellow broadcaster for the Sunday night series that we do, that's Travis Elliott in that white Monster 51 machine. Elliott up 10 positions from where he qualified, and he didn't have a whole lot of high hopes for tonight's race. Wanted to know if he could come into the booth on lap 2 after he crashed out. Said, of course, he was welcome to join me, but here he is working lap 56 inside the top 10. That 51 not looking too tore up. Got a little bit of a ding in the back bumper, but who doesn't with this new package? Everyone really trying to push hard, trying to get a good run, and when you do get that good run, it really pulls you in quite quickly into that driver just ahead of you. It's a single file the field is getting here in the first few spots. Mark Mann in the 04. First car in the outside lane, but he's going to change it up. As I looked for him, that 04 slides down to the inside. That gives the 77 of David Booth the outside lane, but everything going to come to a slow as the yellow flag has come out. And I believe we got trouble for the 17 of Jimmy Reynolds. That was a long string of crashes for the 17. Sean Stevens trying to get by him, and Josh Milam in the 7, who had a big impact coming to the end of the stage, getting a little piece of the 17 as well. So with the yellow coming out, Logan Helton in the 63, the race leader. Reynolds has already pulled it onto pit road. I expect we'll see everyone on the pit lane here coming for fuel and tires. Well, maybe not tires, maybe just fuel only, but some drivers a little bit deeper in the pack will take tires. And here comes the 63 onto pit lane, and he's going to bring the rest of the field with him. David Overstreet staying out. Elliott in the 51 hitting his pit box. So the 46 going to stay out. We'll see how that plays out for him. Last on pit road on lap 52, and Logan Helton down and away. Cars a little deeper in the field are taking 4 tires. Logan Helton fuel only in the 63 machine. Let's see if we can't get a quick word in with the driver of the 63. That's going to be Logan Helton. And Logan, you got your ears on?
Yes, sir, I do.
The 63 out here tonight. I've been trying to work that outside lane, and seems to be a bit of a struggle even for someone who has some talent behind the wheel.
Yeah, it's everybody's kind of playing conservative, but towards the back, it's been a little bit aggressive because once you get that far back, it's easy to lose the draft and lose speed. But I've been trying to be in the lead and like lead them up to the wall, try and see if we can get that rolling, because I know if we can get that rolling, it will be easier to hold the lead. But yeah, everybody just kind of just wants to ride the bottom. That's a little annoying, but we're also figuring out the package, so we'll see if it gets any better throughout the race.
All right, well, the 63 going to have the 46 at David Overstreet to the inside of you. Overstreet not taking tires or anything. I'm assuming tires still don't play too big of a factor here in this package.
It's a little different. If you're really working the wheel, the right rear will kind of fall off. For like just that last pit stop, my right rear is at 96% wear. So yeah, if you're really trying to make it up, it will wear the tires just slightly more.
All right, well, Logan, before we send you back down to strategize with your teams, any shout out or thank yous you'd like to give?
Just thanks to everybody watching the race, my friends and family, you guys for putting on the broadcast, Splash and Go Graphics, my team Alliance Motorsports, and everybody at OP that put this race on tonight.
All right, that is Logan Helton, driver of the 63. We're starting on the front row for this one. David Overstreet in the 46, not coming down pit road. I'm going to see how this plays out for the 46. Good bit of information gathering to know here for the end of the race. One driver out of the race so far, and that is the 13 of Casey Gilchrist. Jimmy Reynolds, after his spin, has gone off the lead a lap. 26 cars on the lead lap, and the green flag coming out for 27 drivers. Logan Helton in the 63 gets a good restart. able to drive right by the 46. Dan Harrington in the 82 clearing as well. Harrington drops down to the bottom, big wiggle out of Overstreet. And Alex Green in the 30 now getting out of shape. And Overstreet in the 46 down on the apron. So Logan Helton out in front with Dan Harrington in the 82 on his back bumper. And then it's the 52 of Randall Cobb, who we haven't got to talk a whole lot about here tonight, but the 52 of Cobb from Buck Wild Racing inside that top 5, sitting in 3rd place right now. And Cobb having himself a good quiet race. Qualified in 11th place. Been running mid-pack, and here he is into the top 3. Aspen Belvin in the 84 right behind him. Rick Seabrand's in the 4 in the top 5, your stage 2 winner. Josh Milam, after winning stage number 1, the 7, finding himself deep in the pack with the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. They have picked up the 17 of Jimmy Reynolds. So FSR running a 3-car train here. We'll see if they're going to try and make something happen, using a little bit of teamwork to do just that. I don't know about you guys, but we haven't done one yet here tonight. So let's go ahead and do a little bit of Turn It Up and enjoy the soothing sounds of race cars at almost 200 miles an hour. Little bit of turn it up always feels good in the soul as the 63 of Logan Helton continues to lead this pack that is hugging the yellow line. Logan felt the frustration of being a car trying to make something happen on the outside, and here he is now finding himself being the one to cause the frustration. Now he has not come off that yellow line. The 82 of Dan Harrington sitting in second place still with Randall Cobb rounding out your top three. Aspen Belvin and Rick Seabrands in fourth and fifth. Our top five remain unchanged here for the last few laps as we're getting ready to come up on lap 70 of 100. David Overstreet in the 46 has gone multiple laps down after electing not to come down pit road. The 46 machine now finds himself 2 laps off the lead pace. Jimmy Reynolds in the 17 still down 1 lap. And Casey Gilchrist in the 13 out of this race. Troubles for the 77. Let's see what happened to David Booth, and somehow the 77 going to get turned and no yellow flag coming out, and he is going to smack the inside wall hard, but gets going. Take one more look at that. I believe the problem is starting. Tough to say what put the 77 up in the wall there. But he continues on. 63 of Logan Helton closing in on him very quickly though. $15 cars in this lead pack. Logan Helton leading it, and the 71 of Sean McCara being the caboose of our lead pack. Then about 4 seconds behind them, that is the 7 of Josh Milam leading the second group of drivers. That includes the 26 of Hunter Reynolds, the 5 of Bob Lacavera, Sean McCarrick, Robert Dumonek, James Mayer, Sean Stevens, Travis Elliott, Rob Connors, and then David Overstreet off the lead lap, bringing up the tail of this group of drivers. Trying to do some math here real quick. Drivers last on pit road on lap 58. As they have had to hit pit lane under caution there on lap 58. Going to be about time for a round of green flag pit stops here in the next few laps. But I think they're all going to try and stretch it. Hopefully they can get about 5 to 6 laps more. Ooh, I don't know. It's going to be close. It's really going to depend on when they can hit pit road this time. If we're going to see 1 pit stop or 2, we're real borderline on seeing 2 more pit stops here tonight. Like I said, drivers last on pit road on lap 58. Logan Helton continuing to lead as We now have 26 laps to go. Keep in mind, if we need to, we will use a green-white checkered attempt, as Jimmy Reynolds in the 17 is pulled onto pit lane. The 63 and the 82 continuing to follow each other's tire tracks. Dan Harrington in second place with Randall Cobb in third. And here they come onto pit road. So we are going to see two more pit stops here. Logan Helton locking them up. Dave Hunt in the 53 staying out. Hunt going to lead a lap here, and he's going to have to find his way onto pit lane, as the entire field hit pit road at the same time, minus Dave Hunt. One car turned around the wrong way. Not quite sure who that was, but down and away go all the drivers. We still have one backwards, and that is that 94 of Sean McCarrick, and the yellow flag going to come out. Yellow flag coming out, and I believe Tyler Miller and Sean McCarrick getting involved in this one. Let's take a look and see if we can find out what happened here. 89 spinning his tires the whole way, and 71 trying to squeeze by him. Right on board with McCarry. You see the 89 looked like he just never had the rear end underneath him. Then the 77 of Booth comes in and clobbers the 89. The yellow flag coming out in this round of green flag pit stops. Dave Hunt scored as the race leader. I believe he's going to have to hit pit lane this time and do that in a closed pit. So tough break for the 53. Or maybe not, as here comes the rest of the field. I didn't think that they had caught the pace car, but maybe they had, and everyone else coming down pit road. Couple drivers not yet hitting pit lane, and wild exchange here on pit lane. The 53 down and away. So Sean McCarrick trapped between the pace car and our race leader, the 82 of Dan Harrington. McCarrick had that rough go on pit road. He'll be happy to see this caution, as long as he can take the wave around. He is the last car scored on the lead lap. So Dan Harrington taking over the race lead. Randall Cobb in a second. Mark Vega moving up into third. And with as difficult as we have seen it to pass here with this new package, track position maybe being very, very important. However, nobody can make it from here. Everyone is going to have to make one more pit stop. Robert Duvendak in the 99, creeping his way into the picture here. He's finally inside the top 10, finds himself in 6th place, up 22 positions from where he qualified. Duvendak not having the best of nights. Got involved in a couple cautions, and here he is though, never giving up at 99, now in 6th place. All right, so new players on the front row for this restart. We got the 82 of Dan Harrington and the 52 of Randall Cobb. Row number 2 going to be the 18 of Mark Vega. Then it's the 62 of Les Levy on the outside of row 2. Row number 3 going to be the 30 of Alex Green. On his outside, the aforementioned 99 of Robert Duvendak. That's your first 3 rows for the restart here. And Dan Harrington comes into tonight's race 14th place in the point standings. 1 top 5, 3 top 10s on the season. We're working race number 11. Still have 5 races to go after this one in the regular season. 13 drivers going to make it into our championship contention. Dan Harrington right now just a bit on the outside looking in. So solid finish here would go a long way for the 82, especially if he can put that in victory lane. The 82 gets a good start here. Randall Cobb falling back a little bit. Mark Vega in the 18 closing in now on the back bumper of the 82. Into turn number 3. Side by side for second place, the 18 and the 52. Les Levy not able to get to the back bumper of Cobb and push on him just yet, but Logan Helton in the 63 looks like he's going to try and hook up to the back of the 62 and maybe give him a shot and be that difference maker. But big wiggle out of Cobb, and everyone's going to have to snake around a little bit to try and stay in that draft. Tyler Miller in the 89, still sitting on pit road, working on the damage that he has received. Jimmy Reynolds in the 17, sitting on pit road as well. John Stevens, last car on the lead lap in that 27. 23 cars still on the lead lap as we're going to have 19 laps to go this time by. Oh, as Cobb and Vega get together at the front of the field, and we're going to have a huge stack up coming out of the tri-oval, and the yellow flag going to come out. Logan Helton involved. Mark Vega up in smoke. Sean McCarrick, Josh Milam, the 52 of Cobb, crab legging in a way that looks uncomfortable around Daytona. Let's take a look at this one. Cobb and Vega get together at the front of the field and doesn't leave a whole lot of options for the other drivers. Take a look here. Mark Mann splitting the difference. Good driving by the 04 to get through that one. So big pile up coming out of the tri-oval. Is gonna see a few more cars come down pit lane. Dan Harrington staying out. Duvendak leading the rest of the drivers on the pit road. David Overstreet in the 46 going to receive the free pass, and he gets back on the lead lap. A lot of cars torn up, sitting on pit road. Randall Cobb, Josh Milam, Travis Elliott, Sean Stevens, all spending an extensive amount of time on pit lane. Rick Sebrands as well. $17 laps to go in this one, in the 82 of Dan Harrington. Your race leader, Robert Duvendak, moving into second place here. The 99, no stranger to victory lane here on Monday nights. Duvendak looking for his first win of the season. And I believe Empire Motorsports looking for its first win of as well. Lights go out on our pace car. So Dan Harrington trying to stretch his fuel here. I don't think he can make it to the end of this one. I'm not 100% sure what his plan is with staying out, but I know better than to question anything that I don't fully understand. So we'll see how this plays out for the 82 of Dan Harrington. Duvendak, Levy, Alex Green, Mark Mann, Will Weber, and the rest of the field all on pit road. Their fuel tanks are going to be very close to make it to the end of this thing. You'd really... It's close enough to where I don't think they can do it, but man, I don't know. Soon as I say nobody can make it, someone will try and stretch the fuel, and they will find a way to make it happen. I don't think anyone can make it from here. But as the broadcaster, there's a reason why I'm in the booth and not on the racetrack. As the green flag comes out, Dan Harrington gets a good jump to 62 of Les Levy, trying to get to his back bumper. Mark Mann in the 04 after squeezing through that big scrum coming out of the tri-oval. The 04 finds himself in third place now as that outside lane struggles to get going. Dan Holloway down on the yellow apron, or below the yellow line onto the apron, blends back up. No harm, no foul there. Drivers who did not rejoin the race just yet: Bob Lacovera, Tyler Miller, David Booth. Those drivers not out on the raceway. Mark Vega, now the first car not on the lead lap. Vega down a couple of laps here. "23 cars still in this race. 22 still on the lead lap. Bob Lacavera, as I mentioned, out of this one. He's in 24th, 25th, going to Tyler Miller. David Booth in the 77 scored 26th. Jimmy Reynolds 27th, and Casey Gilchrist, the 13 machine, scored 28th. Scorecard has been pulled for David Booth in the 77. Jimmy Reynolds not quite have his pulled. Neither is Tyler Miller or Bob Lacavera, but things not looking good for them. Josh Milam in the 7, losing the draft, falling back here as we got a little bit of sideways by the 82. Looked like a bit of a uneven push. And in the booth with me here's my pit reporter and race control himself. It is Cody Eldred as the 62 tries to get back to the 82.
Hey, I'm sitting watching all these cars load up in the hauler. That was quite the big one. That was expected to happen throughout the whole entire race. It was just a matter of time. I did a count, and there was about only 7 cars out of the 24 that made it through that big one there.
Wow, 7 cars not getting piece of damage. We did see the 04 of Mark Mann squeeze through. Did you happen to catch a shot of that one?
I did watch the 50 break his way through that and pick through it, which was a phenomenal piece of non-ARCA brake.
All right, well, Cody, thank you very much. Any other useful information you got? Do you think everyone can make it on fuel from here?
Let me check my notes here. Lap 82. It's going to be real close. We're going to see people probably saving fuel here, and if there's another caution, people staying out could probably make it. But I'd like to see what this strategy here each driver has and see who can make it. Also, keep in mind if there's more cautions, green, white, checkered, they might run out then too. So a lot of different scenarios here in the end of this race. It's going to make it quite exciting.
All right, that is Cody Eldred, my pit reporter, doing double duty as race control as well. Thank you, Cody, very much for your insight here into our race.
Yeah, you're welcome. If any big news occurs, definitely let you know.
All right, go back to your room. Quit bothering me. All right, we'll get him out of here. All right, man, there you go. Cody Eldred doing a wonderful job of breaking down that big scrum out of the tri-oval. The 82 of Dan Harrington continuing to lead, and I can tell you everyone is really slowed this race down. We are 1.3 seconds slower than our fastest laps. Everybody has really chilled out, trying to stretch the fuel. No one wanting to get around the 82 of Dan Harrington and try and push this thing as we got 9 laps to go. We do have a few distinct groups here. Randall Cobb in the 52. And Sean McCarrick in the 94. At the tail end of this pack, 19 cars included in this pack that are on the lead lap. And then falling back here, that is the 27 of Sean Stevens, the 18 of Mark Vega, who is no longer on the lead lap. And right behind them, the 46 of David Overstreet, who Overstreet does happen to be on the lead lap. And then running all by himself, a little bit tore up and worse for the wear, our stage 1 winner, Josh Milam, and he's just trying to bring this one home. That 7 machine picked up the stage 1 win, and then everything went south for him from there. It's Cody Eldred, not sure if everyone can make it on fuel. He thinks it's going to be very, very close, and a lot of fuel saving going on. As I mentioned, Dan Harrington's best lap, a 45.19. Last time around, he turned a 46.55. We got some guys turning 47 seconds and 49 seconds. That's even slower than a qualifying pace. If I remember correctly, we qualified in the 48-second bracket. Single car qualifying effort. So this race pace has really pulled itself to basically a crawl. They are trying to stretch their fuel here. Dan Harrington, last on pit road on lap 75. Coming up on 20 laps ago. There's no way this 82 can make it. I think he was hoping for another caution to bring everyone on the pit road, and here he comes, the 82. Going to give up the race lead. Things just did not work out. Sometimes your strategy has got to be that way, and the 82, not to be. Don't count him out just yet. This race still has 6 laps to go, but the man at the front right now, that is the 62, Les Levy. Mark Mann in the 04 tucked in behind him. Then that's the 84 of Aspen Belvin. So Les from Checkered Flag Motorsports running the Bust a Nut 62 machine here tonight. And he has busted that nut all the way to the front. Had to get it loose in the 62 and really picked up the momentum, put himself to the front of the field. So can the 62 hold on for 5 more laps? Can everyone make it on fuel? Who is going to be the first one to run out? Les Levy, who had stayed tucked in behind the 82, now going to have to start burning a little bit more fuel as he is the lead car. Everyone else drafting off of him. James Mayer and Logan Helton moving to the outside here. Alliance Motorsports trying to make its way forward. That is dying out very quickly. Mayer now sliding down in the 63. Left without a dancing partner in the outside, but here comes the 21 of Daniel Holloway. Now Holloway moves down to the inside. So Logan Helton out to that outside lane all by himself. Sean Stevens in the 27 is pulled onto pit road. Dan Harrington, who had to make that pit stop here, finding himself looking at the leaders in his rear view mirror. But with 4 laps to go, the field coming off of turn number 4. Nobody else making the break for pit lane just yet. Can Les Levy in the 62 stretch this thing far enough to hold on to win? Everyone trying to save fuel. And if everyone is trying to save fuel, it's going to be very hard to get a run. Les has slowed the pace down just a hair more than what even Dan Harrington was doing. As the 62 puts Josh Milam a lap down, the 7 machine staying out of the way and letting this lead pack of cars get by cleanly. Go on board with the 04 Mark Mann with 2 laps to go. And it is getting down to the nitty gritty. Can Les Levy hold off the 04 and make it on a very long fuel run? If they get the white flag here, that's going to do it. As far as there will not be a green-white checkered attempt. And so Les Levy just wants to see that white flag And then he's going to probably do everything he can to hold off that 0-4. And white flag is out. Final time around. Levy's going to get that white flag. Here we go. Aspen Belvin in the 84 trying to get a run on the 0-4. They're trying to get hooked up, build some momentum to get around the 62. That lane fizzles out a little bit. Logan Helton in the 63 trying to muscle his way on the outside. But again, Logan Helton has no help in the outside lane. Will Weber spinning down to the inside. Gathers it back in, but he is going to fall back here. Dubendak to the inside of James Mayer. Everyone's starting to shuffle around, but could be too little, too late. And the 62 of Les Levy going to come across the start-finish line, and Les picking up his first win of the season. Mark Mann in the 0-4 finishing second, and Aspen Belvin going to finish in third. So Les Levy in the 62 inherited the lead when Dan Harrington had to hit pit lane. And then never looked back. Go ahead and take a look at our results as the 62 pulls on to the front stretch. Les Levy picking up the win. Mark Mann, Aspen Belvin, Hunter Reynolds, and Dave Hunt, your top 5. Robert Dubendak, Alex Green, Daniel Holloway, Logan Helton, and James Mayer, your top 10. Then 11th place goes to Sean McCara, Will Weber, Rick Sebrands, Ernie Williams, Randall Cobb to round out your 15th spot. 16th going to Sean McCarrick. 17th going to Travis Elliott, David Overstreet in 18th, 19th going to Dan Harrington, Rob Connors 20th, 21st, Josh Milam, Sean Stevens 22nd, Mark Vega 23rd, Bob Lacavera 24th, Tyler Miller 25th, David Booth 26th, Jimmy Reynolds 27th, and 28th going to Casey Gilchrist. With that all said and done, let's hear from our race winner, the driver of the 62, Les Levy. You got your ears on, buddy?
I do, KR Stofness.
Man, oh man, this 62 machine picks up the race win here tonight. Tell us about this victory here.
Well, I tell you, we're all facing a new way of racing, and been a long time. Had a season and a half of just utter disasters, and new sponsor tonight, got Alpo Chino's Bustin' Nut Energy Drink. Remember, put a cap in hunger. And, of course, we got a lot of other great guys sponsors us from the Ricky Bobby Foundation for People Challenge to Go Fast, and a great set of teammates at Checkered Flag Motorsports.
Well, Les, that 62 has been a long time since it's been up here in the post-race show on a Monday night. How does it feel to pick up the win here tonight?
You know, KR, it's definitely a turnaround event. Not crazy about this package. I don't think it leads to exciting racing, but maybe works a little bit better for me when I just kind of lay back and just try to be there at the end. It worked out tonight.
All right, Les. Well, nice job in the 62. Any other shout-outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
Yeah, no, first off, thanks to all the other drivers. These cars are tough to drive. We had a lot of patience out there tonight. Not something this league has always shown, but maturity of this league really showed tonight. And, of course, thanks to Alex, Cody, and Rob, and everybody who puts this on. And, of course, KR, you guys at Turn 3 Motorsports, the premier broadcaster of iRacing events.
Oh, man. Well, Les, once again, nice job, and good to see you in victory lane here tonight.
Appreciate it, KR. You guys be safe.
All right, that is Checkered Flag Motorsports driver Les Levy in the 62, your race winner. But now let's talk to our second place finisher. And that is none other than the 04 Mark Mann. Mark, you got your ears on?
Yo, what up, bro?
Man, oh man, this 04 machine picks up second place here tonight. And let me tell you, that 04 looked like it was having a heck of a time going to the front, the back, front, back. And then you had that, well, how's your underwear?
I'll tell you, I'm gonna have to check my racing seat after this. This package was just awful, and you couldn't stay out. I mean, you couldn't stay if you went to the outside line. You were basically done. Nobody could stay on that outside line. It basically had to do with where you were lining up on the restart. If you were low, you were good. If you were high, you better find a gap because you were going to the back. So, yeah, I mean, I knew I was going to have to catch a little bit of luck to have any sort of chance. And I mean, if I would have went on the outside coming out of 3, I had no doubt that they would have just left me hanging because you can't get a run on the outside. But I don't know. Congratulations, Celeste, tonight. Happy for him. I'm happy for a second place. Absolutely. Not happy with the aero package on this new car. But that's just my opinion. I had fun tonight. Racing's racing in any car. So yeah, I'll take a second place.
Well, man, a solid effort by the 04, and I think the key moment for your race was coming through the big scrum there at the end, right outside the tri-oval. We watched you pick your way through that one. A couple other cars able to make it through, and Cody Eldred pointed out only 7 cars were able to make it through that one, and you were one of the 7.
Wow. That doesn't surprise me. It was huge. All I saw was sparks and sheet metal all around me, and I just picked a gap and tried to just hold it there. Early on in the race, I got sideways completely. It was able to hold on, and luckily I didn't fall back too much. It was just pretty much track position tonight. I mean, that was just lucky getting through that wreck and holding that track position, even though it did give me a little bit of damage. I mean, it was just hard to make any moves tonight. I had fun. I'm happy for Alliance Motorsports. I'm happy for Les Levy and Checkered Flag for getting into the chase. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's excited about that. But Mark, before we let you go, any other final shout outs, thank yous you'd like to give?
Yeah, man. Thank you, KR and Turn 3 Racing Network and OP and everybody who runs it. Cody Eldred up in the booth, or up in the race control booth, and my team at Alliance Motorsports. And last but not least, Mara, who's still up watching the race, and hope she didn't fall asleep for that one. But I did get a second place, so we'll be happy about that.
All right, man. Nice job once again, and congratulations.
Thanks, brother.
That is Mark Mann, driver of the 04 from Alliance Motorsports, your second place finisher. I was hoping to get a word in with Aspen Belbin, our third place finisher, but looks like he is not going to be able to join us here in the post-race show. So we do want to go ahead and say congratulations to Aspen on that third place finish here tonight. So Les Levy in the 62, picking up his first win of the season and securing quite possibly a spot in the championship playoffs. All the criteria still has to be met, so that race win going to go a long way for Les Levy. So thank you everyone for joining me here tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed the show, and I look forward to seeing you all next week, March 22nd, as we head to the bumpy Daytona track as we roll on in this season to race number 12. So until next week, guys, y'all stay safe and have a good night.
Warning, the following stunts are performed by idiots or under the supervision of stupider idiots. If you attempt to reenact any of these idiotic stunts you will see, you will be left with idiotic scars. Enjoy.
Hi, I'm Alex Green. Welcome to OP Racing.